tall buildings of downtown Boston lighting up the nighttime sky. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
More than 40 years ago, the Oscar Robertson rule ushered in the new era of free agency in the NBA. In the last decade, players have taken personal agency. They've pulled up stakes and forced trades in search of an ideal environment. Now, sometimes for teams on the losing end of that, it's a bitter pill to swallow. But this is the new reality of the NBA. Kevin?
It is indeed, DA. Thank you. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. And take a look at the Celtics. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place. And, of course, there's the Pistons, a game and a half out.
And, you know, for the Celtics, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Griffin is out there with John Henson, and it's Rose in at the point. And for Boston, Tatum and Cantor together down low. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt, and it's Hayward in at the 3.
And when you think about Brad Stevens, he has one thing he cites quite often. The quote is, "Toughness is being able to physically and emotionally perform your task through any condition." And boy, when you think about his teams, they have embodied that for most of his tenure.
Now here's Brown, and Henson sends it back. Rose gets the bucket.
Well, Rose, with energy and effort, can still beat you in transition.
And Doris, the Celtics seem like they lost a bit of that resiliency and some of that composure last season. How do you think they get that back?
I think, Kevin, it has to begin with their leaders. Those are the players you expect to set the tone with toughness and togetherness.
Here's Kennard. He's covered by Brown. Kennard's shot is off. Brown outside. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And Kevin, Jaylen Brown thrives when it comes to scoring through contact. This is a guy who is constantly looking to initiate that body contact with the defense.
Here's Rose following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Pass to Kennard. Lets the 3 fly. And Cantor pulls it down.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Hayward at the stuff.
Hayward viciously exploiting the lane to the basket. A resounding message whenever the defense sleeps on him.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Outside Rose. And Henson kicks to Rose. Pass to Snell. Clock at 6. From deep. That shot, no good. And the Celtics going the other way now. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Now here's Rose. After Gordon Hayward's miss. Rose passes to Henson. And he banks in the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Well, one of the bigger names in free agency this past summer was Kemba Walker. A lot of teams, Greg, looking at him.
And rightfully so, Kevin. With Kemba, a point guard who is in his prime. He's an impact player who can hit big shots and is one of the more underrated stars in our league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. One of the bigger names on the free agent market this past year, Kemba Walker.
And it didn't take long for him to land with Boston to replace Kyrie. Hornets made an attempt but offered well below Kemba's value. I think Kemba's going to be a great fit in Boston.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Now, when it comes to load management strategy, Doris, should coaches do it along the way as opposed to waiting until the last, say, quarter or third of the season?
Well, Kev, I think you can look to the San Antonio Spurs, who I think were the first to really look hard at what we would now describe as load management. And I think the one thing is you're trying to just make sure guys are prepared for the most important point of the season. You've got to win enough to get in the playoffs and be positioned well, but your guys have also have to be healthy at the end of the year.
And the Pistons with possession here. After Gordon Hayward's three-pointer, they didn't go. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got his second bucket.
You can see the athleticism and toughness. Rose becoming exponentially more dangerous the closer he gets to the rim.
Doubled by Henson. Nice ball movement by Boston. Shots good by Walker.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Walker against Rose. Outside Griffin. Back to Rose. There's the dish to Griffin. Shot clock at 6. To the left side wing. Here's Kennard. The rebound by the Celtics.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Count that one. Hayward's got his second bucket of the night.
Attacking right there. Hayward using the strength that he has built up over the years to finish through contact.
And so it's Detroit with the ball, trailing by 5. And there's the pass to Kennard. Passes it to Henson. Here's Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. Drains it from beyond the arc. Henson's got 5 now.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against the Raptors.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Well, let's give some credit to the coaching staff as well, recognizing the weaknesses in that defense and going after each one of them.
Now Griffin, after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. Griffin kicks to Rose. Pass to Henson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Walker dishes to Tatum. Hayward right side. Outside, Walker. Brown outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. 5 points in the game.
Well, to me, that's excellent timing from Jaylen Brown. He shoots with confidence, knowing his teammates trust him.
So it's Detroit now. It's a 3-point game. Rose passes to Griffin. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. He gets that one.
Okay, Gordon Hayward, we know you're an all-star level talent as a scorer. Now you're just showing off with that pass.
Here is Rose. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Toronto. Griffin kicks to Rose. Henson in the post. He's against Cantor. It's good. That's 7 points for Henson. Boston leading by 3. Here's Walker. Some solid defense from Rose. The Pistons have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Snell finds Rose, stolen by Cantor. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. And slam dunk by Tatum.
We know we're talking about a skilled scorer in these open floor situations. Jason Tatum knows where to be.
Pistons trail by 5. Rose scanning the floor. Here's Griffin. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, frankly, Greg, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Daniel Tice comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Brown. Now here's Walker. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas. Tatum passes to Walker. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pistons trail by 3. Pass to Galloway. Down low, Morris. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. From the corner. Can't hit that one. The Pistons have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Left side Walker out to the wing. Here's Tice. Boston again missing. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Now the pass to Galloway. Six on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And let's quickly check out the best young defenders, how they've been playing in the low post lately. Your rookie block leaders for the past month. 4th, Sekou Doumbouya.
He's been a factor on the inside. An impressive stretch for him defensively.
Up top, Walker. He has 5. Smart, money from the wing. And the Celtics lead by 5.
Growing confidence in his jumper. Smart is rising and firing after the catch of the pass. Nice.
There's Galloway. To the paint. Morris kicks to Galloway. From the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Now, this is just carryover from the excellent three-point marksmanship he showed at St. Joseph's. Galloway showing he can stretch it out to NBA range.
Now here's Williams. No points in the game yet for him.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Walker the pass to Williams. And here's Tice. Smart deciding where to go with it. It's deflected. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Here's Doumbouya. It's blocked, and he gets it back. The game now all time. Now Walker And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. And it's blocked. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And the Celtics making a change here. Wanamaker's checked in. Here's Smart. His last outing, 16 points for him. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
What I love about Marcus Smart is every single trip up the floor, this guy is going to be in your grill, and it cannot be a pleasant experience to have this man guarding you.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And that defensive pressure of Smart will wear you down, Doris, over the course of a game.
Kevin, it takes its toll because his combination of athleticism, strength, and motor makes him an absolute monster on the defensive end.
And the second free throw, good. Isn't it interesting, Doris, to see how these NBA players that come into the league looking one way physically and they leave looking another way, they change their bodies over the course of their careers.
Kevin, you talked about this earlier. These players commit to their season over the course of 365 days. Virtually no offseason. Think about the reigning MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who adds 50 pounds of muscle from the time he enters the NBA. Or the other side of the equation, right? A Yusuf Nurkic or a Marc Gasol who drop weight, Kevin, to enhance their quickness and their stamina. These guys are so committed.
They are. 1:39 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Wood. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Galloway. That one's not going to go. And it's Boston the other way.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And Detroit has possession, trailing by 5. No basket with that shot, having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And a moment now to look at the stats for Jason Tatum. Some impressive play from him over the last month. Averaging 17 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
Boston leading by 4. Here's Wanamaker. That one misses. And Detroit the other way now. Brown the pass to Wood. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
Wanamaker misses. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Doumbouya kicks to Galloway. Passes it to Morris. And it's blocked.
Well, really improving as a defender. Jason Tatum has those long arms to redirect shots.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Celtics lead by 2. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach Brad Stevens. He said they go way back.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning workouts and really recruited me at Butler and was kind of the first guy that I think believed in me that I could make it to the next level.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Detroit, we've got Wood. He's out there with Markieff Morris. Doumbouya is out there with Brown. And it's Galloway in at the one. It's Brown with the drive. Poirier grabs the miss. Poirier's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
This guy is so crafty on the drive. Wow, Jason Tatum, with his quickness and his length and the strides he's got, can score at will.
And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Brown feeling it out a bit. Pass to Galloway. 6 to shoot. Rebounded by the Celtics. Poirier's got his 5th rebound in this one. Smart against Brown. Smart kicks to Tice. Here's Wanamaker. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Tatum's shot is off. Pistons trail by 3. Here's Galloway. Pass to Wood. The pass to Doumbouya. Here's Galloway. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
You know, the ability to stop and pop on a moment's notice is what makes him so deadly from that part of the floor.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Griffin passes to Kennard. There's the steal. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down.
Well, how about Jaylen Brown in transition, a phenomenal finisher in the open floor.
Pistons trail by 3. Here's Rose. And Boston with the rebound. Cantor's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Hayward. Doumbouya pulls it in. Doumbouya's got his 5th rebound in this one. The kick out to Rose. Ball's knocked loose. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
When you come off the screen that hard and that fast, so difficult to stay with Derrick Rose.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. In the corner, it's Hayward. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Wanamaker. He's covered by Rose. Hayward can't hit. And it's Rose with the ball for Detroit. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
They get it back.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Rose kicks to Griffin. Pulls it up. Rebounded by the Celtics.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Passes to Poirier. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And the first one drops. Doris, one of the biggest free agent signings in years. LeBron James going to the Lakers. What did you think of his first season with L.A.?
Well, when you're LeBron James, perhaps no athlete in the history of the NBA has borne the weight of expectation as much as LeBron. So if there's anything short of a playoff appearance, there's disappointment. But what I would say is, through Christmas Day and his first real injury that he had to endure, LeBron was playing like an MVP. We are talking about one of the greatest to ever do it. I expect them to turn things around in Lakerland this year.
I agree with you, and I agree on your prediction. Dan Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
Now, here's Walker. He has 5. Pass to Canner. Outside, Walker. Nice ball movement by Boston. Brown, good.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
The Pistons have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Here's Rose. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Now here's Walker. Brown outside. Tipped away. It's stolen by Rose. And now Rose running the floor all by himself. Lays it in off the breakaway. And it's a 4-point Piston lead.
Really good anticipation by Derrick Rose. Comes up with the theft and then gets an opportunity for his teammate at the other end. I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Outside Griffin. Back to Rose. Clock at 6. Rebound, Gordon Hayward. The Celtics have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That is his first foul of the game. A shot by Hayward, wide open. No good on the quick 3. Pistons leading by 4. Oh, Griffin in position. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
No, Kevin, no one's ever questioned his court vision. Rose playing unselfish basketball, being the leader this team needs him to be.
Now, here's Walker. He's got 5. Can't connect from short range. The Pistons on offense. They're on a 15-6 run. Goes up the baseline. The shot that time, not on target. And it's Boston the other way. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. For Detroit, they've gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Here's Rose. Dishes it to Griffin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1 3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Griffin hits them both.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
Williams kicks to Walker. Rose with some nice D.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. It makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, the knee issues robbed Derrick Rose of some of his athleticism, but maybe more importantly, he lost that development time. Still a big-time player, though, every time he takes the floor. Boy, don't you love how Derrick Rose resurrected his career last season. What a surprise and a bright spot for the T-Wolves. He looked like a completely rejuvenated player.
Good on both. And for Rose, he looked refreshed and changed in how he approached his game.
You know what, Kevin? I think he is just a much more patient and smart basketball player. His three ball was so improved, and the shot selection was terrific. Turnovers were down, just improvement across the board.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for Detroit. 6-point lead. "13 feet away." Rebound, Boston. Brown outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Boy, you have got to appreciate how hard Jaylen Brown goes. Amazing how he gets defenders to foul him when he's going up with his shot.
And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential, but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court.
That free throw, no good. And you look at Jaylen Brown, the third pick back in 2016. Doris, tantalizing strength and athleticism.
Well, the absolute definition of a perfect basketball body. Excellent first step. For him, it's all about aggressiveness, bringing those tools to bear in terms of your basketball skill.
Detroit, no good that time either.
Oh, just incredible. That spin shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot.
Now here's Rose. Marcus Smart missing that last shot. Rose passes to Kennard. Now here's Rose. Five to shoot. Back to Griffin. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career and what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Brown. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Christian Woods checked in for Luke Kennard. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Saturday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers.
In that game against the Spurs, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
That's good from Kemba Walker.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
The Pistons making a change here. Galloway's checked in. Kemba Walker hits them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
There's Galloway, guarded by Tatum. And Henson kicks to Galloway. Pistons passing it around. Here's Snell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Smart passes to Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
We've got 1:55 left in the first half. Rose against Walker to stop the drought. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. It's Smart with the drive.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And you know what I love, Kevin, is Marcus Smart just continues to improve. We know he's a powerful athletic guard, but he wants to keep building different aspects of his game.
Brown, he's checked in for the Pistons. He doesn't get the second one.
That will sting a little bit, failing to get the lead when the opportunity was there, but he does tie it up.
And Walker kicks to Smart. 1:27 left in the second quarter. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. You know, Greg, defense a given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
The Pistons trailing. Now here's Brown. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 50 seconds left in the first half of the game. Over to the left wing. Galloway, the pass to Wood. And the shot is long. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Celtics. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
Boy, he cannot get anything to fall, but the teammates, boy, have they delivered.
Snell, the pass to Brown. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Galloway. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Galloway has got the game tied up here for Detroit.
Because of his explosiveness and strength, Galloway can go right at the defense with a move like that.
And Walker kicks to Williams.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, he just plays with such tenacity on both ends. You know, Williams is a rising talent who wants to prove he belongs.
And both free throws good for Williams. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Celtics out in front as they end the second quarter on a 14-4 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think of your team's energy in the first half?
I think the energy's fine. I thought we did look a little gassed at the end of that first stint for some of our starters, but I thought for the most part it was good.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. That was a combination of everybody and everyone. Everyone. Did you catch that?
I got it.
Yeah, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. How about that first half, fellas? Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
I love the motion on offense. Guys are moving, the ball is moving. It's a very nice approach to the game, and one the defense absolutely could not keep up with.
Shaq, what'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, they shot under 40% in the half. That tells the story right there. The defense deserves some credit for disrupting them a little bit, but they need to counteract with more creativity on offense. Few isolations, more movement, better shot selection.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Kind of like what Rose has done in this one so far.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Williams at the center position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Rose. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Rose has got the first basket of the second half here for Detroit.
Another one for Derrick Rose. This is a flashback to when he used to do this on a nightly basis.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. And the Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. Enes Kanter's checked in for Boston. Pistons on defense. Here's Griffin. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Jason Tatum.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat.
Blake Griffin hits them both. The Celtics shooting 43% from the field. Walker in the post. He's covered by Rose. Walker's shot is off. The Pistons shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Walker against Rose. For the lead. Misses off the right iron. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. And Tatum the bucket on the assist by Brown. And that's 12 points for Jason Tatum.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Pass to Griffin. Back to Rose. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
It is not an easy task trying to convert against length. Give him credit for taking on that challenge. Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. The pass to Griffin. With the floater. That shot off the mark. Excellent D from Cantor. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, you know that Jason Tatum can score from any area on the floor. It's got to be a scary sight when this guy starts to get rolling.
So it's the Pistons now. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. 2 points. That one goes. Rose has got 6 points in the quarter.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And the Celtics lead by 4.
You got to shadow Walker. His mid-range game is on point.
Here's Rose. Sweet little floater. Rose has got 20 points.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Out to Hayward. From the baseline. Rebounded by the Pistons. Snell's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the inside, Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
Now here's Hayward. He's got 6. It's off his leg. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. And the Celtics with possession here. Count that bucket. Cantor's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Well, that's the catch and shoot ability of Enes Kanter. Always gets himself squared. Well, Gordon Hayward obviously still working his way back to peak form. Let's remember, this guy was an all-star in 2017. We know he can be a franchise guy.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Here's Cantor. 2nd chance shot. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
And Doris, you talk about when Gordon Hayward is playing his best. What makes him, in your mind, so special?
Well, when he's right physically, he can be a go-to offensive weapon, Kevin. This guy is the true definition of triple threat, right? He can pick you apart with his passing, with his shooting, and also off the dribble drive. Boy, when he's right, he is tough to stop. I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Boston, no good that time either.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Griffin. Rebounded by the Celtics. Cantor's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually. This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Snell kicks to Henson. Here's Snell. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And that one is hammered home.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Now a timeout called by Boston. You gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
Boy, much needed timeout. This guy's scoring at will, and they've had no answer.
So for the Pistons, Morris comes in for John Henson, and Doumbouya is subbed in for Tony Snell. Here's Wanamaker, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Smart, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Let's see some numbers here on Kennard. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 7 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
The first one falls. He hits both from the stripe. Detroit leading by 3. Rose passes to Doumbouya. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Outside Rose. And no good that time. Now Boston takes it the other way. Here's Wanamaker. He's covered by Rose. Here's Cantor. High quality look, and he sinks it. Cantor's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, the touch that Enes Kanter presents is really terrific. Unbelievable scoring inside.
And, well, Detroit shooting for the game at 42%. Pass to Morris. Shoots over Cantor. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Rose. Morris has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, the defense has been lackluster out of the locker room, and that is why they are finding themselves in a tough spot.
Pass to Smart. Intercepted. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. A different look here for Detroit. Christian Woods checked in for Griffin. And it's Brown in for Kennard. Rose dishes to Morris. Back to Rose. Brown outside. Pass to Doumbouya. Shot clock at 6. Wood kicks to Brown. Here's Rose. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Tatum. Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Smart.
Well, that's about anticipation. Marcus Smart jumps out, gets into the speed and transition game, and leaves no doubt.
Rose with the ball. 25 points in the game. There's the pass to Brown. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. Brown outside. The Pistons working the ball around now. And it's Doumbouya in the corner. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, you can see the length and the impact defensively of Jason Tatum. The rip and then the score on the other end.
Pistons trail by 3. Brown the pass to Wood. Knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Here are the top shooters from deep this month. These guys have been raining down threes lately. The 4th spot held by Jason Tatum.
Sometimes a three-point shooter gets into that rhythm and just keeps carrying it over. That's been the case for him the entire month.
Now here is Morris. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Down low, here's Smart. And slam dunk by Smart.
Well, you can tell there's a team-first mentality with the young gun Jason Tatum working to find the open teammate. Nice.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Outside Rose. Passes it to Wood, and he slams it one-handed.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And, boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
Boston making some changes. Daniel Tice is checked in for Enes Kanter. And Walker subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. Langston Galloway's checked in for Detroit.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pistons trail by 5. And for Rose, so many had written him off. But he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
4 on the shot clock. Galloway kicks to Brown. No good with the triple.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
That's tipped, and there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body, so we'll see free throws here. First one falls for him. And so Walker nails both of them.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And here is Morris. Kicks it to Brown. Pass to Galloway. Over Walker. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Smart passes to Tatum. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 5 assists tonight.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
1:31 left in the third. Brown against Smart. And stolen by Tatum. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, that's an example of the strength of Marcus Smart. He barrels into the defense in order to pick up the foul.
6 attempts for him at the line. He's made 4. And he knocks down the first one. And so, Smart nails both of them. Pistons trail by 11. There's Galloway. 8 points for him. And it's Doumbouya in the corner. Detroit, no good that time either. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Here's Galloway. Will it go? Doumbouya, good. Doumbouya's got 6 points.
You know, the easy one there. You know, Galloway able to read the defense, finding his man for the great setup. Pretty.
Now here's Walker. D right on him. Tatum. Detroit with the rebound. Here's Galloway. No good on the three.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, what phenomenal work deep inside the post. Smart, willing, and able to get himself to the line.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line. That one is off.
And he looks totally out of sorts here at the stripe. Those defenders aren't afraid at all to body him up and force him to earn his points at the line.
Tony Snell's checked in for Langston Galloway. And he sinks the second.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
Now here's Brown. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. A second chance effort. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket for Morris.
You know, defense forgets about Morris and pays the price. He loves to score and can do it a number of ways.
Pass to Poirier. It's stolen by Morris. He's off on that one. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Boston on top, leading by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Celtics leading by 7, and Detroit looking at who they've got. They've got Doumbouya. Tony Snell is out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Markieff Morris, and it's Wood in at the 4-man position. Stolen by Smart. Makes it off the glass. Smart's got 11 points here in just the second half.
I'll tell you, he's been much better in this second half. He's taking smarter shots. He's looking more comfortable. And guess what? He's in a groove.
Smart against Rose. Over Smart. And it's Rose missing.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Hayward, it's blocked. Pistons trail by 9. Outside Rose. He kicks it to Morris. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
just a really good finisher inside. Morris showing aggressiveness at the point of attack.
And it's Walker penetrating. Hayward on the wing. Back to Walker. Smart on the wing. 6 to shoot. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Now here's Rose. Defended by Tice. Floats one up, and it's blocked. And they'll keep possession. Morris with the bucket. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Here's Walker, and the basket is good. Walker's got 19 points.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Pistons trail by 7. The pass to Snell. Pistons passing it around. Here's Rose. It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Smart. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
You know, this is in part what makes Marcus Smart very dangerous, right? He can slice into the defense. He's got that remarkable speed to get where he wants.
Now Rose. Morris outside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Smart.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Marcus Smart. John Henson's checked in for Detroit. Luke Kennard comes in for Doumbouya. And the second free throw, good. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Walker. Goes back up. Rebound by Rose. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for Detroit. Passes it to Kennard. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Celtics leading by 6. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Pass to Brown. Back to Walker. Shot clock at 5, and that one good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Replay is always a good topic to talk about. Any changes, Doris, you'd like to see in the system or in the process?
Well, one of the beautiful things you have in the league is the opportunity in both Summer League and then also in your development league is the opportunity to put things in place. For instance, a coach's challenge has been experimented with at both of those different levels. And now the coach's challenge will be adopted and employed in the NBA. So I'm anxious to see how that plays out.
Pistons trail by 9. Outside Rose. No good on that one. Walker with some nice D. The Celtics have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. And finished off by Brown.
Oh, my goodness, Kevin Brown finishes off the drive, not simply laying it in, but a message of authority on the dunk.
For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Pass to Morris. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 8th assist in the game. Boston leading by 9. And it's Walker penetrating out to Hayward. Offline with his 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That's his first foul. And the Celtics making a change here. Cantor's checked in. The Pistons shooting about 42% so far. Rose passes to Kennard. Henson with it. He's covered by Brown. Here's Rose. Softly drops in the floater. Rose has got 30.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
Walker finds Cantor, and he can't bank that one in. Pistons trail by 7. Here's Kennard. And there's the pass to Morris. Feeds it to Henson. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, and the defense allowing some room here on the inside in the second half, and they're taking advantage. A lot of their points coming from in the paint.
And Brown throws it down hard.
I'll tell you, allow an athlete like Jaylen Brown to get this close, it's going to be finished and finished strong.
The Pistons have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Passes it to Henson. Pistons passing it around. The fader. Morris, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Brown. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Look, Kevin, when Jaylen Brown is feeling it, I think you've got to feed him because you want his confidence to grow as that skilled scorer you hope he will be.
Pass to Henson. Here's Snell. Pass to Morris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
Good on the second free throw.
And steady from the free throw line. Morris has gotten there less since he's been shooting more threes.
And Henson sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Henson touched it last. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. Cantor inside, working on Henson. Griffin on the double team. Cantor, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Celtics lead by 10.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Now here's Rose. In the corner, Snell with it. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
The first free throw is good. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Pistons trail by 8. Here's Snell. And the pass to Griffin. Hayward with some nice D. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Boston. They've led by as many as 11 points. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Wow, how about the long arms and the timing of Jason Tatum on the alley-oop? Nice.
The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Rose passes to Griffin. It's tipped and stolen by Tatum. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for them.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Here's Walker after the basket by Detroit. Left side, Brown. Fires from 14. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 6 assists now in the game. Pistons trail by 10. Outside Rose. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Rose has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, you love the attitude of Derrick Rose. You want to play great defense? No problem. I can still finish.
Here's Walker. Banked in off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 10.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Jason Tatum.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
I don't know if they expected him to have this much of an impact, but the timing couldn't have been better. They dropped 2 straight leading into this one and did not want to lose 3 in a row. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Dwayne Casey went over with his team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Here's Walker, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Walker the pass to Cantor. Shoots over Henson. And Henson sends it back. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Offensive rebound. That shot off the mark. Pistons trail by 8. Rose kicks to Henson. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Walker against Rose, and it's Walker penetrating. Out to Hayward, to the middle. It's tipped. Stolen by Henson. It's deflected, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Celtics on D. 6-point lead. They get it again. Henson, and slam dunk by Henson.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
Cantor, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Cantor's got 4 this quarter.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Walker against Rose. Passes it to Griffin. Over Tatum. Griffin can't get it to go in. Boston leading by 6. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Boy, I love seeing Cantor distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Griffin. The shot misses. Great D that time from Tatum. To the paint. Here's Brown. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Boy, what terrific body control. Jaylen Brown, so athletic, loves to compete. Love it.
That free throw good from Brown.
And for Jaylen Brown at the free throw line, he has worked so hard on his mechanics, and that's paid dividends in terms of his confidence, guys.
Now here's Griffin. They need this. And Cantor pulls it down.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Here's Henson. So the first one drops, and that brings them to within 10. Henson hits them both. 1:04 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Walker. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. He hits the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits. Kemba Walker hits them both. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Griffin with it. Now guarded by Tatum. In the corner, Kennard with it. Buries the long-range jumper.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision, making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork, GA. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Rose against Walker. Here's Snell. That shot no good. Now the Celtics take it the other way. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Here's Rose. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Second shot opportunity. Great D that time from Tatum. Walker against Rose. Outside, Walker. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Gordon, very nice win for you guys tonight.
You know, just proud of the way we fought. I thought we shared the basketball pretty well tonight. Played pretty solid defense as well. We got the win. So.
Great effort tonight, Gordon. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.